You know, our backgrounds are always part of us, and there's no question that you've turned adversity into opportunity. You have never shied away from challenges and have shown that through your own faith, through your own work ethic and drive, and inspired by your mom's grit, you have exceeded in incredible ways. In honor of London, I'd like for everybody to get together with a slow clap.
On behalf of HSS and the New York Giants, London, you're the new recipient of the USA Football Heart of a Giant. Thank you. Nice to meet you, bro.
My name's London Robinson. I'm 18 years old. I play defensive end and defensive tackle for St. Peter's Prep.
He's made just a lot of plays, a lot of impactful plays. He finished the season this year with 9 sacks, last year with 10, so that gave him 19 total in 2 seasons, which is just an incredible number.
All the schools that offered me were high academic schools. The Ivies, Rice University, Old Dominion, Fordham, Lafayette, Holy Cross. What drives me is knowing that football won't last forever, whether I make it as a pro or not. Because of my size, a bunch of bigger schools aren't going to recruit me. Having one thing that they can't knock off of me, saying, okay, we're not going to recruit because you have bad grades. They can't say that about me now. Being able to garner all these offers that I received partially because of they know that I'm not going to fail in the classroom. Education is a big thing because football's going to end eventually.
Indomitable. I think that's a good word to describe London because he doesn't let anything get in his way. This kid's will and motivation and determination to me is just unmatched. My ex-husband was, very abusive to me. He didn't abuse my children, but very abusive to me, and they had to witness some of that. So I escaped out of a domestic violence situation, and we moved around a little bit.
I moved to New York for a short while. It was too expensive, so we moved to New Jersey. I forget the exact time period, but there was a storm that hit, and it caved my sister's ceiling in. And then eventually, the whole entire thing caved in, and we had to move out. And then from then on, it was kind of expensive finding another place to live. So it's kind of that feeling of instability kind of set in.
I know for a fact that children are a lot more resilient than adults are, but it hasn't been easy for a parent to have to keep moving around or be on the run with your child or with your children. So as a mother, I've carried a little bit of guilt. The way I kind of rationalized it is this situation of moving around beats being in an abusive situation of any sort. So when your back is against the wall, sometimes you have to make some, tough decisions. And as a parent, you have to make some tough decisions. So.
For me, his development has been a lot of just kind of watching him grow up, because he was such a quiet kid, and just watching him kind of grow into his own and become not just a really good football player, but also a really strong personality in our locker room, a really good leader. Once you get somebody like that, the next step is, okay, can you influence other guys to get on board and do a lot of the same things that you're doing, and he's definitely been open and capable of doing that and just grabbing guys that are struggling and helping them, talking guys through stuff, that are going through, struggles in the classroom or, just struggles in life in general, because he's such a good example of how to persevere through adversity. And so he's been able to make our program and our school better because he's been so willing to help other guys.
I just want to tell you, man, I truly admire your story and the way that you were able to persevere and overcome some of the obstacles in your life, man. It's an awesome story, and I just want to tell you continue to do great things. You're a great person, and congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate
All right, brother. I mean, I know that he has a single-parent home, which is something that hits home with me. My mom was a single parent, and I know how rough it can be at times, and as being the only boy in that household, it can be a lot of weight on your shoulders at times, and to be able to do what he's been able to do is it just shows that she has raised a young man and that has his head on right.
The Heart of a Giant Award in and of itself is about football, the power that football has to help inspire, to help them hone many of the characteristics that will make them successful in their communities in the future. You know, this is truly a celebration about what football can do for individuals and what tremendous individuals can do for their communities.
You know, we're not like some woe is me sad story, because I understand that everybody goes through trials and tribulations, but whatever adversity hits, you got to look it in its face and you don't fold, you don't give up, you fight through it. And sometimes there can be a reward on the other side. I mean, that's not why you do things, but you know, people recognize that. People definitely recognize when you are doing the right thing.
What's the greatest gift football's given you?
An opportunity to be better in life. This right here. Princeton means a lot to me. It's an opportunity for me to make my family better, make myself better.